Hi, Diana. Congratulations on publishing your book. Tell us a little bit about it. What is the purpose of this book and who it will help and with what?
Absolutely. Elevate Potential, a conscious approach to success. I wrote this book after being in both the corporate world and my own business, helping leaders for the last 30 years. And what I've found is that when it comes time to promote people, people don't really understand what's holding them back. There's a lot of external factors people point to. They think if they work really hard or extra hours or show how stressed out they are, or take those extra advanced, degrees, that they will then, get that promotion that they desire. But really, success is about what lies within us. And typically, when I'm at the table with decision makers around promotions, it's never about the person not having the qualifications. It's never about them not knowing how to do their job. There's never a question, are they working hard enough? There's something else missing. And it's it's a lack of ability to influence, or to create a great team environment. And what typically is holding us back is within us, our own selves. So, we tend to point the finger to this, and this, but there's these four fingers pointing back at ourselves. So, in my book, I share my own story, and then I walk through some, ideas. And then the last third of the book is actually a process, a roadmap to help the reader walk through on their own, in their own, with exercises to get to a place to really unveil what is truly holding them back so that they can break through and create the success that they truly desire.
Wow, amazing. You have such a big experience, 30 years, and this book should be so valuable to have all this your expertise and experience. And I'm looking forward to read your book.
Oh,
And
good. Great. Thank
yes,
you.
it really I love meet experts and hear their stories and also read the books. So it is
Yeah.
always wonderful experience to see who behind the book, and we also launch in Circle of Fame project to connect experts together so they can know about each other, meet at panel discussion, also share their books, their knowledge. That would
Yeah.
make me very excited.
Yeah. That's wonderful. That's a wonderful purpose that you're doing.
Yeah, you're most welcome. Tell us please a little bit about your experience. 30 years, it is long, long time. So how did you start and what would be the biggest insight after this 30 years, a biggest insight, what really is behind the success? What drives the success and what are those ingredients of that success formula?
Yeah. So it's really about taking our power back and understanding that if we increase our consciousness, if we heal, so human beings come into the world, we're born and we're perfect and everything is wonderful. And then life happens and life is hard. And we get wounds. We have trauma, whether it's little trauma, big trauma, and that impacts the way we then show up in the world and how we're triggered by certain things in our world and how we think about things, how we play small as a result of those things. So, if we can go through a process of, first of all, understanding that and increasing our self awareness and increasing our consciousness, then success naturally flows. We don't have to go get it, we don't have to hustle. We create this space of, I am worthy, I'm here to serve, and success naturally flows in. So it's a process of creating balance within ourselves. It's a process of creating consciousness that will create the success rather than There's so much out there about hustle culture and you got to go get it. And like, I subscribe to that my entire corporate career. I
Mm.
also burnt myself out incredibly doing that. So now I found a better and easier way. Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. Yes, insight that everything comes from awareness and raising consciousness and by becoming the person who you meant to be. Yes, so it is not about chasing things which you are not.
Right.
Because if you are not that person, it means that you will always will chase and it will run out of you. But becoming the person, yes, and know who you really are, and it comes with study about yourself, yes, and raising that awareness and consciousness, understanding that those results and how people see us is just reflection of what is going inside, how we see ourselves.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. And I come from, I learned it the hard way. I, suffered for a very long time with imposter syndrome and not feeling worthy and not feeling good. And had some big challenges to overcome to get where I am today. So I come from a place of understanding and empathy and, awareness of how difficult that can be. And unfortunately, we're not taught. And that's really what drove me to write a book is no one teaches us how to do that. We're learning, arithmetic and language arts and whatever else we're learning in school. We're not learning about ourselves. And
Mhm.
often my students will say, your leadership program was the best I've ever taken because you put me as a topic of learning. So,
Yes, everything starts from within, and in order to become great leader, you should become a great follower. Yes, you have to learn yourself, understand who you are, where you want to be, and find role models. Yes, so to have those role models when you can be great follower, then you can grow and become leader by example. Yes, by doing certain things, by showing up in a certain way.
yeah, yeah. But I also caution leaders with the role model. What leaders tend to do is they find role models and then they look at them and they're like, oh, I don't know if I can ever be that. Where take something from them, but rather than emulate someone else, take a little bit from that person and, oh, yes, I see myself in that person and I see that, and then build your own authentic self. There's a lot of people out there that are emulating leaders and they're not being authentic. And how that shows up is like a wolf in sheep's clothing. If we're being someone that's not truly our authentic self, it doesn't come across well, right? So I work with a lot of what we would refer to as quiet leaders. And they have been told their entire life they have to be more charismatic, they have to be more forceful, they have to be more regimented and strict, where their approach is authentically more kind or empathetic. You can still be an exceptional leader if you step fully into that and you learn how to step forward. Um, so it's important to take our gifts and light those on fire rather than try to say, well, I need to be or I should be. That's not a healthy way to, grow as a leader.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. We shouldn't compare ourselves with anyone. Yeah,
Right.
so our brain think in pictures. Yes, so we have to have image of something or somebody. So we're not
Yes.
comparing ourselves with that person. We just pick up, as you said, we pick up the features which we like in that person because what we like, it means that it is what resonates with us, yes, and what we want to be aligned with our big goal. So we like pick up the features which we would like to develop in ourselves, and we stay like we keep our personality and authenticity and we can create the new self-image. Yes, like we can see like I'm the person who do these things this way or do that this way. Yes, and
Right.
we are building the new identity, new personality, or new self-image, which will start controlling things, because our self-image, how we see ourselves, controls the most of things, how we think, how we dress, how we meet and greet people, what we do. Yes, it is so much controlled by self-image, our habitual behavior. And when we have big goals and really want to be those effective leaders, yes, and lead people by examples, we every day we build our new self-image, we build our identity, and we choose what is like what we like in other people. This is what I mean,
Yes.
role model, what we like, because it is not that one person will do everything as we like. Yes, we can pick up from one person, like I like how she's, for example, like how she is in business. So another person, I can pick up how good mother she is. Yes, how she deals with children, or with another person, maybe how she is so fit. Yes, so we
Yes.
can get those different features and put in our self-image and create
Right.
our new script, the person how we want to show up.
Right. But I would even go deeper and say that we are not able as human beings to look at someone else and identify something good about them unless it's in ourselves already. So
Mhm.
by doing that and making awareness like, oh, Elena, she's so well spoken and professional and kind, I wouldn't be able to identify those things in you if they weren't somewhere in me. And a lot of people don't understand that by seeing you emulate that, that is coming from within, and it's just finding it within ourselves and lighting it up. It's not like I want to be that, I am that. And it's coming to a place of, oh, yes, that's something that I need to bring out from myself more. So the gifts are already there. If we can name them or see them in someone else, they're already within us. And it's just like they might be dormant, or we're not claiming them fully. But when I see someone, that I can name something positive about them that I appreciate or enjoy, it's already there. And it's finding that within ourselves and bringing it forward, and really illuminating all of our own gifts and treasures.
Yes, exactly, everything is in us already. These
Yeah,
all features we have, but they are buried under so many different viruses, such as doubts, maybe somebody told us who we were, right? And when we were small, and we believed that, we thought that person, not another person, right? So
exactly.
really, we have such a huge potential and perfection in us, and everything is within, everything comes from within. Yes, like even something that we want, what we desire, what we dream about. This is, we have that because we have potential in us. Because we would never wanted something that we couldn't achieve. Like the
Yeah,
fact that we thinking about something and seeing that picture and want to achieve big goals, those big goals, they're all unique to us because we have that potential within us, and we
yeah,
have to study ourselves. And as you said, the raise level of our awareness about who we are, and all starts from studying who you really are, because everyone is not who we were told by other people, even by
right.
parents, by teachers. We have to go through self-discovery and understand like the human potential as human being who we are, and as well as individuals. Yeah, how
Right.
everyone is so unique and has so unique talents and gifts to bring to the surface.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's difficult for us because in a lot of our cultures nowadays, we're so focused on what is in the physical and what is in the mental. One of the biggest compliments someone can give you is like, "Oh, you're a thought leader." Well, that's our mental realm, but I work in all four realms of the physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. And where we're really held back is when we get into that emotional, spiritual, where someone said something to us when we were small or, even into our early 20s. And we took that on and we held on to that, and it's somewhere stored in some part of us. We
Mhm.
need to go through a process of going deeper and letting those things go so that we can then find these true gifts and emerge stronger and back to that, perfect being that we were created. We go through a process of being perfect and then being, you know, wounded. And then, we come into this finding ourselves again and stepping into our true power and stop giving our power away. And then we create this greatness again. It's sort of like a cycle.
Yes, yes, exactly, exactly. This is the understanding that we have everything, all potential, all gifts, to live the best life which we can just dream about. Just have to study ourselves, bring this into the surface, find what really drives us, find that big goals, because those big goals will be like a fuel which give us that excitement and power to move forward, step into unknown, to grow every day and
Yeah.
achieve results.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much. So we will meet next time for our main episode. So what you would like to speak about in our main episode?
Um, like we could talk about some of the, we could talk about, what my background is, even my story. Um, and then, we could talk about, you, I talk about in one of my chapters about letting go, and I have a story about, that an analogy of skydiving that is about letting go. We could talk about that. Um, if you want to talk about like the business space or the corporate world, about what are the myths, what do people think they need to do to get promoted, and when what are decision makers really talking about when it comes time to promoting people, and why they're not really getting that, and how to overcome that. We could talk about that. um, we could talk about the book or my leadership programs, or speaking, any of those things.
Yeah, let's speak about letting go. I think this is, yeah, of course, definitely. I would like to know about you more and your story. And yeah, let's speak also about letting go. It is so important, yeah, for
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah, no, I have a significant portion of my book about letting go, and let it, like, how to let go in the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual realms. So yeah.
Yeah, it would be great. So I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to our
Good.
next episode.
Oh, great. Okay, so will we